Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss chapter 18 of your science book, Wastewater Story. As you know that water plays a very important role in our life. We all use water, and in that process of using, we make it dirty. The water rich in leather mixed with oil and other pollutants that go down the drains from the sink, showers, toilets and laundries is dirty, and it is called wastewater. We use water every day for drinking, bathing, cooking, washing clothes, washing utensils, flushing toilets and mopping. We cannot think of our life without water. We use lots of water daily, which is passed on to the drainage system every day. Water is needed by all the forms of life, and clean water is a basic need of human beings. But unfortunately, clean water is not available to a large segment of human population. The water which is unfit for human consumption becomes the source of many waterborne diseases, which ultimately leads to loss of human life. It is estimated that 1 billion human beings do not get safe drinking water. So, realizing the urgency, we celebrate 22nd March as World Water Day to bring awareness amongst people for safe water which is fit for human consumption. On the World Water Day, that is 22nd March 2005, the General Assembly of the United Nations proclaimed the period 2005 to 2015 as the International Decade for Action on Water for Life. All efforts made during this decade aim to reduce by half the number of people who do not have access to safe drinking water. So, cleaning of water should be done before it is used again. So, what do you mean by cleaning of water? It is the process in which the pollutants from the water are removed before the water reaches a water body or before it is used again. And this process is also called sewage treatment. So the question that strikes in our mind is that what is sewage? It is the wastewater released by homes, industries, agricultural fields and other human activities. It also includes rainwater that has run down the street during a storm or heavy rain, and it is liquid waste. Most of its water has dissolved and suspended impurities called contaminants. Let's have a look at the composition of sewage. The following components make the sewage. The organic impurities present in sewage are human excreta, animal waste like animal dung, urea as present in urine, oil, fruits and vegetable waste, pesticides and herbicides. The inorganic impurities present in sewage are nitrates, phosphates and metals. The nutrients present in sewage are phosphorus and nitrogen. And the bacteria present in sewage include those bacteria which cause waterborne diseases such as cholera and typhoid. And other microbes present in sewage are protozoa which causes a waterborne disease called dysentery. Do you know what is sewerage system? In a house generally there are two sets of pipe. One set of pipe brings clean drinking water into the house and other set of pipe takes away wastewater from the house. For proper sanitation, a well-maintained sewage system is required. The pipes which carry away wastewater or sewage from houses and other buildings are buried under the ground. An underground pipe which carries away dirty drainage water and wastewater is called sewer. The provision of drainage at a place by laying sewer under the ground is called sewerage. Actually, sewerage is an underground network of interconnected pipes called sewers that carries the sewage from one place where it is produced to the sewage treatment plants where it is processed. Do you know what is manholes? A manhole is a covered vertical hole in the ground, pavement or road above the underground sewer pipeline through which a worker can go down up to the sewer pipes for inspection, cleaning, etc. Manholes are provided at every 50 to 60 meter distance in the main sewer pipelines. Manholes are also provided at the junction of two or more sewer and at points where there is change in the direction of the sewer line. Treatment and processing of wastewater is done in WWTP, that is wastewater treatment plant. By performing a simple activity, we can understand the processes that takes place at the wastewater treatment plant. We will take a glass jar 3/4 full of water in which we will add some dirty organic matter and label it as before treatment sample 1. In the next step, we will use an aerator from the aquarium to bubble air through the sample in the glass jar and label it as after aeration sample 2. In the next, we will filter sample 2 with the help of filter paper and label it as after filtration sample 3. And in the final step, we will add a piece of chlorine tablet and label it as chlorinated sample 4. And by following these basic steps, that is aeration, filtration and chlorination, we can treat the polluted water and make it clean. Now let us discuss something about wastewater treatment plant. A place where wastewater or sewage from houses and other buildings is brought for processing is called wastewater treatment plant. And treatment of wastewater involves physical, biological and chemical processes depending on the nature of contaminants. First is physical process, that is screening. The bar screen first remove the large rubbish objects like rags, sticks, cans, poly bags, napkins, sanitary towels, etc. from the wastewater. After passing through the bar screen, wastewater is taken to the tank called grit and sand removal tank. In this, sand and grit settle down at the bottom of the tank as water passes slowly through the tank. The settled tank and impurities are removed from the tanks from time to time. Now the water cycles in the tank called water clarifier, which is sloped in the center. This lets the solid like material to settle at the bottom, and that solid material is called sludge. The sludge is then separated from the water with the help of scraper. Substances like oil and grease are removed with the help of skimmer as they float above the water. In this step, clarified water is obtained. The sludge so obtained is passed into the tank where anaerobic bacteria can decompose it and produce biogas. The biogas can be used as fuel. The clarified water also needs to be cleaned further. Hence, it is moved to the aerator that pumps air into it. This allows aerobic bacteria to grow in the water. The aerobic bacteria consume organic waste, soap, food waste and other elements that remain in the clarified water. This water is allowed to settle for several hours and then these waste materials settle down in the tank. And this is called activated sludge. The water is removed from the top of the sludge with the help of machines or sand drying beds. The sludge is then dried and can be used as manure. This treated water contains fewer amounts of impurities and suspended matter. This water is safe to dump into the water body or under the ground. Hence, it is then discharged into sea, river or underground. Nature further cleans it up. Next is chemical treatment of wastewater. Sometimes harmful chemicals can be present in the water even after treating them physically and biologically. These chemicals are therefore removed by using disinfectants such as chlorine and ozone. Often chlorine gas and ozone gas is also introduced in this water, which purifies it chemically. Waste generation is a natural part of human activity, but we can limit the type of waste and quantity of waste produced. Often we have been repelled by an offensive smell. The sight of open drains is disgusting. The situation worsens in the rainy season when the drain starts overflowing. We have to wade through the mud pools on the roads. Most unhygienic and unsanitary conditions prevail. Flies, mosquitoes and other insects breed in it. We should be an enlightened citizen and approach the municipality or Gram Panchayat. We should also insist that open drains should be covered. If the sewage of any particular house makes the neighborhood dirty, we should request them to be more considerate about others' health. So be an active citizen. We can use some better housekeeping practices also. We must minimize and manage waste at our home before its disposal in the following manner. Cooking oil and fat should not be thrown down the drain. They can harden and block the pipe. In an open drain, the fats clog the soil pores, reducing its effectiveness in filtering water. So throw oil and fats in the dustbin. Use tea leaves, solid food remains, soft toys, cotton, sanitary towels, etc. should also be thrown in the dustbin. These waste choke the drains. They do not allow the free flow of oxygen, and this hampers the degradation process. The chemicals like paints, solvents, insecticides, medicines, and motor oil should not be thrown in the drain, as they kill helpful microbes which digest the organic waste. Next is sanitation and disease. Contaminated water and poor sanitation practices are the major cause of the number of infectious disease in our country. Safe sewage disposal facilities are still not available at many cities and villages in India. So people go to open places and defecate. This causes the increase in insect vector population which transmit diseases like cholera, typhoid, etc. Untreated human excreta is a health hazard which causes soil pollution and water pollution also. The river water and groundwater are sources of water for drinking for many people. So the contaminated water can spread many diseases, especially waterborne diseases. We can use vermi-processing toilets also. In the vermi-processing toilets, human excreta is treated by earthworms in a pit. The earthworms usually eat up all organic matter present in human excreta and turn it into compost. These are low water use toilets for the safe processing of human. Human excreta is completely converted into vermi cakes, a resource much needed for soil. So is there any alternate arrangement for sewage disposal? Yes. Low cost outside the sewage disposal system has been developed to take care of places where there is no sewage system. For example, rural areas and isolated buildings. First is septic tanks. Septic tank is a low cost on-site sewage disposal system. Septic tanks are suitable where there is no sewerage made. These tanks need cleaning every 4 to 6 months. A septic tank usually consists of big covered underground tank made up of concrete, having an inlet pipe at one end and an outlet pipe at other end. The toilet seat is connected to the inlet pipe of septic tank. The human excreta from the toilet seat enters into the septic tank through the inlet pipe. The solid part of excreta keeps on collecting at the bottom of the septic tank in the form of sludge, whereas watery waste remains above it. The anaerobic bacteria breaks down most of the solid organic matter present in human excreta, due to which the volume of solid waste is reduced too much. The digested solid waste keeps on depositing at the bottom of the septic tank. The watery waste is also cleaned by anaerobic bacteria. The excess of water goes out of the septic tank through the outlet pipe and get absorbed in the soil. Composting pit is another alternate arrangement for sewage disposal. These are self-sustained human waste disposal units which is not connected to a sewer line or a septic tank. A composting toilet breaks down and dehydrates human waste to compost. Next is chemical toilets. These toilets have limited storage capacity for human waste and need to be emptied periodically. These are the toilets which use chemically treated reservoir located just below the toilet seats. The chemicals reduce the foul smell coming out of human excreta and carry out partial disinfection of human waste. Sanitation at public places is also very important. In our country, fairs are organized periodically. A large number of people participate in them. In the same way, railway stations, bus depots, airports, hospitals are very busy places. Thousands of people visit them daily, which generates large amount of waste. It must be disposed of properly, otherwise epidemics could break out. The government has laid down certain standards of sanitation, but unfortunately they are not strictly enforced. We should not scatter litter anywhere. If there is no dustbin in sight, we should carry the litter at home and throw it in the dustbin. We all have a role to play in keeping our environment clean and healthy. We must realize our responsibility in maintaining the water sources in a healthy state. Adopting good sanitation practices should be our way of life. As an agent of change, our individual initiative will make a great difference. Influence others with our energy and ideas. As an active citizen, we have many responsibilities regarding sanitation. To ensure that our surrounding is clean, to ensure that sewage system in our house is properly managed. If any leakage or open drain in sewerage system is present, then it should be reported to the municipality or Gram Panchayat to insist that the open drain must be covered properly and several air and waterborne diseases can be prevented. I want assurance from you all that you definitely play your role as an active citizen. So this is all about the waste water story. Thank you very much.